This is ioEther, and we're back with some more World of Tanks. So, it's time for another Ether Space! And, did kind of notice that the numbers are a little bit low on my Ether Space videos. So I'm going to assume either people don't like me yapping on about my stuff on my channel, or don't like the games I'm playing, or don't like the name. And whichever one it is, I don't really care. Now, if it's that you don't like the name, then suggest a better one, and I will probably end up running with it. If you don't like the games, and you don't like me talking about channel stuff, then I don't care. I'm going to keep doing these. I enjoy this about as much as I enjoy watching your videos, and for me, this is one of the best parts of my week. I know, it's weird, right? Getting to talk about myself being the best part of my week, it's weird, right? But, no, it's like variety. Ooh, helps so much when the camera's actually pointed at where the tank's going, right? Anyway, so it's variety. It helps me get past some of the, if I do literally just commentaries over and over and over again, I get burnt out really fast. And that's not to say I don't love watching the games. I absolutely do. It's just, having to talk, it just, don't worry about it. Doing the same thing over and over again without any chance of difference is always going to be irritating. Now, I feel like I've recorded this particular game before, so if I have, you're going to have to tell me. I try not to do that, but it's a matter of sometimes I forget to put them in the recorded file, and then if I do that, then because I honestly can't remember what videos I put up last week. I put up so many videos that I just can't keep track of them all. Okay. Since we're talking about videos, I might as well use this time to segue into the thumbnails. So I got some harassment for putting up thumbnails that weren't exactly the same as the tanks in the videos. The reason I'm doing that, and the reason I think I'm going to keep doing that, at least for a little while, is that I'm too lazy to make a new thumbnail in GIMP. So that statement needs some qualifiers to it. First off, it's not that I'm just lazy. Yes, I'm probably a little bit lazier than I'd like to be, but that's something I can work on. However, it takes about half an hour to an hour for each thumbnail in Photoshop. So the beautiful comet that I did was like an hour of work in Photoshop. If I were to try and do that same thing in GIMP, which is okay, I guess I should back up for a few seconds. So I'm gonna finish this thought, and then I'm gonna back up and explain the two programs. So if I were to do like the comet design in GIMP, it would take about 4 hours, maybe as much as 6, which sounds insane because it is. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't know what GIMP or Photoshop is, they're drawing programs. Think of MS Paint, except much more complicated. Photoshop is the best in the business. It is what everyone else sets their standard to. It also costs an arm and a leg. And yes, I could pirate it. I could maneuver my way around the law. I'd rather not. It just makes me uncomfortable doing that. I'd much rather just pay for it and be done with it. However, being broke currently, that becomes an issue. So, so right now, Photoshop has, because everybody's trying to go digital and cloud-based and everything, Photoshop actually has a subscription-based thing where you can subscribe to Photoshop. But that is again too much money for me to be putting down per month right now. If you really need me to start doing thumbnails every week, then somebody's going to have to cough up a little bit of cash, or you're going to have to wait till I get a full-time job again. One of the two things is going to happen, okay? So, So Photoshop is the standard. It's the gold standard as far as drawing programs. GIMP is like the cheap knockoff. Now, the problem with GIMP is that you can do everything you can do in Photoshop in GIMP. It just generally takes 4 times as long. And I'm not kidding. If you've ever used GIMP, for the basic things, like for stuff you can do in MS Paint, really smooth, really awesome. If all you want to do is play around with like painting stuff, grab GIMP. It's perfect for you. If you actually want to do like professional stuff, I swear I've thrown more things after starting to use GIMP than any other program I've ever worked with. It says it's going to do things, it feels like it should, you get halfway through it and it's like, nope, that doesn't actually work this way. Sorry, guess you have to start again. So, yeah. Anyway, so what was my original thought? Right, so that's the reason I'm not putting up thumbnails. So yes, I'm going to try and make sure that the new thumbnail or new videos have the closest thumbnail to their thing as possible. But for the next month or maybe a little bit longer, month and a half, something like that, the thumbnails aren't going to be perfect. And I should have a full-time job soonish. I have I had an interview last week. Was it on Thursday? Can't remember. Friday maybe. And so I'm starting in a trial position next week. Sorry. I'm starting in a trial position next week. So hopefully, like a couple weeks, I'll have a full-time job, and then I can start subscribing to Photoshop. And not too long after that, I'll be able to get you guys great thumbnails again. That, or, you know, if there's somebody out there who wants to lend me their drawing skills for a bit and do my thumbnails for a bit, I'll take that too. But for the next month and a half or so, not gonna have original thumbnails. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So this was one of my best games I have ever played in my T28 prototype. I truly enjoyed it. I panicked for about half of it, and I stood alone against 5 tanks, I'm fairly certain, on this 1-2 line. While the rest of my team took up the other side of the map. But it was a great game. Don't remember any of my stats for it. But obviously 5,000 damage meant I got top experience. Obviously I got a top gun. Fairly certain I got steel wall, and I should have earned a Spartan in there probably somewhere as well. Not a Spartan. The other one. Ricocheting 10 shots in a row. You know what that is. I can't think of the award right now. But anyways. Probably called Ricochet, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not shell proof. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me right now. Anyways. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry the thumbnails are going to be a little bit off for a while. But eventually they will correct themselves, I swear, when I get some money coming in and I can actually start renting Photoshop. Or subscribing, or whatever you want to call it. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a great day. ioEther out.